problem solving, those types of things. It is my hope, or I have pressed for help within the school system, and we just don't have the dollars right now to construct in our elementary schools what's known as a self-organizing learning environment. You may Google a scientist who got to Mitra, but these environments, we would need help to do that from a physical dollars standpoint. It would mean wireless internet access in the schools. It would mean some construction costs. But what we are having in the discussion of one-to-one computing at the high schools or across the county, that's the direction we're going. That's the direction the state's going. That's the direction the federal government is going. That's where the dollars for textbooks are going to be in e-books. All of your suppliers are moving in that direction. That is done. We don't have the bridge or the on-ramp, if you will, for our elementary kids to be prepared for that learning environment when they hit that. And I'm not talking about one-to-one computing in the elementary schools. I'm not, you talk about the Gulf Shores example, I'm not enamored of the use of iPads individually by kids. I think young kids learn better in groups. I think research shows it, and these souls offer a way for children to do that. But I would love to see money made available if it were there to help us build out the appropriate technology environment in the elementary school and intermediate school. It's particularly guided towards grade ages 7 to 12. And my third issue that keeps me awake is what I mentioned a little bit earlier, the boy problem, and it's linked to vocational education. There is, several years ago, the board did an extensive study, a very good study, employed a firm named Steve Hamilton to conduct the study about vocational aspirations within each community and tailoring the vocational training to each community. In Fairhope, health sciences, technology, and aerospace were the three things most sought by people in our community as vocational training programs. If you look at our current vocational setup, if you want to take a vocational course, basically at Fairhope High School now, you have to get on a bus and go to Robertsdale. And if you do that, and I would encourage you, if Stephanie can arrange it, I'd love for you to ride that bus. And I'd love you to go see the vocational facility. And I'd love you to think about what we could do on campus in support of vocational education that would engage children. I call them children even if they're in high school. Engage young people and keep them there. We have a wonderful opportunity that Bob's going to talk about in more detail that has been worked on the City Council, Board of Education, junior colleges for the last few years trying to develop an aerospace program to be housed at Sonny Callahan Airport. That program, when we did surveys, would probably attract more than 100 students every semester to that program, and they would come from Robertsdale, Foley, as well as Fairhope. And so it's an interesting thing, and I'm going to let Bob explain it in more detail. And it have a tremendous impact on the community and with the direction that Fairhope's going. We had on the list that Karen sent out these topics, and there was also some discussion of the Fairhope High School Arts Wing in partnership with local colleges. I will mention that the Arts Wing was built and includes space. It includes a dance classroom, very nice dance classroom. It includes black box theater. It includes choral rooms, and unfortunately, electives have vanished in those areas. We still have a band program, and we are fortunate to have a drama teacher, but we've lost our dance teacher, we've lost the chorus teacher. Again, this gets into the areas of possible volunteer talent and time. I don't know how it can be worked out, of course, but there, I do remember years ago when we started soccer at the high school with volunteer coaches. So I know there's mechanisms in place, there's facilities in place. For instance, the dance studio out there, that's beautiful. facility, and when we had a dance teacher, we couldn't, the funny thing is, we couldn't keep the boys out of class. The boys wanted to be in there, but the classes were full, and had a waiting list for them. But we don't have, so there is an interest. There's an interest in extracurricular dance teams and that type of thing. There's a scholarship opportunity out there through that. But again, these are things that open themselves up. We have a facility. We don't have professional talent. And we would have to approach it on a volunteer basis if we were going to do something that addressed that. And y'all will see that. Partnership with local colleges. I encourage you to talk and explore. And Stephanie can certainly guide you there on our dual enrollment programs and how they can be enhanced. We have programs in place now with Alabama and with Faulkner.
And Enterprise.
And to do those. But those are my thoughts. Those are the things that I wanted to share with you. We are interested in a partnership that it will be beneficial for all the folks of Fairhope, and especially all the children of Fairhope. Stephanie, can you give me some help with some data and information about the pre-K and some of these other things?
Yes.